Welcome back, I'm Board Game Officer. This is the playthrough of Warcrow. It does end, I'll probably get this up tomorrow, so tomorrow, I'm on the 31st, this is the 30th. So hopefully this gets out before the crowdfunding actually ends. But I wanted to do a quick playthrough of the scenario that they have out. This is on TTS. First thing is, we're just going to go through the characters. I just did a quick run through of the rules. I know there's a lot of other videos out there about the rules, so if you want to watch someone else's, that's fine. I just kind of did a quick one. But the first thing I want to do is go over the abilities for each character. You do have to play all four characters, no matter how many physical people are playing. All four characters will be played. So, our first one is Szoka. Szoka, right underneath her name, it has the initial equipment that she's going to start with, which we have right here. As you can see, she's got 6 health. Her initiative is 5. She has 3 movement. Her defense is 1 black, and she has no magic resistance. And then she's got 3 energy cubes to start off with. Her innate ability is when an enemy attacks a character adjacent to you, their character may increase their defensive roll. So she's kind of like defensive tank, right? She blocks a lot, and she's going to help other people that are next to her. Her ability is she has taunted. So she can taunt the enemies. Taunted enemies must downgrade all of their attack rolls, and you can only have 1 taunted per enemy. So that means that main ability there, these tokens are going to taunt. It's going to downgrade their enemy rolls, so once again, that defense coming through. Also, she has Where Do You Think You're Going? With an adjacent taunted enemy activates, rotate this card and become the target of every action of the active enemy. Meaning she's going to direct everything to her. And then, when you make a face-to-face roll, which is an attack roll and then defensive. So this face-to-face roll means while attacking or while doing a defensive roll. You gain the switch. 2 exclamation, add 1 defense to your roll. So there she's got another ability to get more defense. Then her equipment is Axe and Shield. So she's actually using a shield as an attack, and that's to show she's got a blue or an orange and a blue die for her attack, an attack card. And if she gets a shield and an exclamation, she gets to add 2 hits, but then she has to remove a shield from the roll. And then her armor is actually a blue die, and on that, a 1 empty shield or hollow shield counts as a normal shield. And then she also has once per round, reduce your initiative value by 1 until the end of your activation. So right, a lot of defensive abilities going on here. Let's just go over some of these symbols real quick. This main X matches with her taunted ability. So that means she gets to place a taunted token on an enemy. Then she gets that, which is displacement 1, which means you get to move 1 extra one, right? So she could really get up into the fight. That symbol there means on strength testing, she gets to add a success. That little swirly is the symbol for stun. So that means she gets to place a stun on an enemy that she's attacking. Then this one, she's going to +1 to the initiative. She's going to stun. And then that little dice with a crosshair there, that means she gets to place that die on any result of that. Then +1 initiative. She could add an exclamation point to whatever roll she's making. And also displace yourself 1 or move 1. And then for the last one, she gets +1 initiative. I don't know why my video keeps freezing. And that's Szoka. Now we're going to go on to Darach. So he's got initiative 3, 3 energy cubes. He only has 4 health. His movement is 4. He does get a blue defensive die, and then it has a black die for magic resistance. He masters agility, and his innate ability is you may reroll 1 die from the attack rolls with your bow, which that's actually can be super, super handy. His ability is Hunter's Mark. Is your attack roll against targets bearing the Hunter's Mark. Gain the switch, 2 exclamations, add 1 hit to your roll. And each enemy can only have 1 mark token. Then when you attack at the end of the resolution, you can rotate this card to perform an attack against another enemy within range of your weapon that has the Hunter's Mark. So that means if 2 enemies have that mark, you can hit both of them. And at the beginning of your activation, if there are no enemies within range 1, 2, flip this card. So, kind of starting away from the battle is actually beneficial because he can flip it. And then when you attack, modify 1 die from your attack roll. At the end of your activation, flip this card. So he can modify, upgrade or downgrade one of his dice, and then flip that back over. His armor just has a single black die, and his bow is 2 yellows, but his range is 2 to 5. And then his special item is when an enemy attacking you rolls their dice, and before the switches step, meaning before they start to try to activate any of the switches, rotate this card to reroll one of the enemy's die. And really quickly go over here. You got displacement 1, so he can move 1 more. And then he can mark 2 enemies right off the bat. When it's blank, it just means it does nothing. This crosshair 1, so he can place that die on any face that he wants. And displace 1. +1 initiative, mark an enemy. He gets an exclamation point to his roll. This is +1 initiative again. This, with up arrows or down arrows, mean he can upgrade or downgrade any die that he wants. And then this one, he could displace himself twice, so he gets to move 2 more areas. And lastly, +1 initiative, upgrade or downgrade a die, and add 2 exclamation points to his roll, which can be really beneficial if they're marked. That means you get that switch ability automatically, no matter what you roll on the dice. So that's why that can be actually pretty powerful. And then that's his marked tokens. And that is Darach Wilding. Now we come over to our magic wielder, Nayra. As you can see, she's got initiative 4. She only has 2 energy cubes because her third one is that dark energy. She has 4 health, move for 3. She doesn't have any physical resistance, but she does have a blue die for magic resistance. And then her mastered ability is intelligence. Her little special token here is the Narlin. They're small energy orbs that do not occupy your space nor block line of sight. Enemies adjacent to or on a Narlin gain the slowed state. So basically, when she places a energy cube on one of those guys right there that looks like that, she gets to place it on the board, and then they get that slowed state. Now, there's other things she could do with that. This one, before making the roll of a cast spell action, modify 1 die from your roll. So that's just like straight, it's a cube. So as you can see, it's got a cube. So what you have to do is one of your energy cubes has to go on here. Or even your dark one too will work. But you must place a cube on there so you can modify one of your die rolls. Then you have, before making the roll of a cast spell, if the target is adjacent to a Narlin, remove your Narlin to add an orange or a yellow die to your roll. Now this is important, yellow or orange. Once again, yellow has more exclamations, so if you want those exclamation points, a yellow is going to be better. Also, you can only roll 3 of a single color. So if you already have, for whatever reason, 3 orange, you can't add another orange, so you would want to add a yellow. So that's why it kind of gives you that option there. Then over here, she's got her staff, which she's going to roll 2 yellow, and it's range 2 to 3. And then on a hollow success, she gets to add 1 success to your roll and remove a stain from herself. So that's kind of nice, actually. Those hollow hits are actually really beneficial for her. And then remove 1 extra stain at the end of the match. So at the end of the round, you usually get to remove 1. That makes it so she can actually remove 2. And her innate ability is at the beginning of the activation, you have 1 dark energy available, and your Spagic rolls gain the switch, exclamation, add a defense or a hit to your roll. So that's actually kind of nice. So her innate ability says that she has a dark energy, and then she gets that switch. Let's go through her abilities here real quick. She's got nothing there. She could place one Gnarl in, and then this is where a black energy cube has to cover that one. Blank one there. This is on her intelligence rolls. She gets to gain a success. And then this one is on the back of this card here. Oh, if you declare cast spell action, you may displace your target. So that means if you cast a spell, you can move the enemy. This one you can see it actually has two things. So one is going to +1 your initiative, but that little black thing means your dark cube has to go there. And then you're going to modify your roll, and then you can place a Gnarl in. Then once again, you could place one +1 initiative, and you get to place one Gnarl in. And then you also get to, before making cast roll, draw the line of sight to your target. You may upgrade your roll for each space it covers that has a Gnarl in. So basically, if you have a few Gnarlins out there, and you could stack them, they could be indifferent because they don't occupy any space. So if they have 3 and you got 2 Gnarlins in between you, you could modify it up to 2 times, right? You may upgrade your roll for each space it covers. Yep. You could only upgrade a dice twice in one roll, but meaning you could get 2 Gnarlins in there, modify your dice twice by upgrading your dice twice. If you had 2, not too bad. Now this one is pretty cool because it's kind of shiny. That means once again you have to push your dark cube there. However, because it's shiny, you do not gain a stain. Because no matter where you put it other than that, you gain 1 stain every time you place that. And that makes it so you don't. And then you get to modify your die, +1 initiative, and all enemies adjacent to your spell's target suffers 1. Also, that kind of makes like a combustion boom of that. And that is Nayra. And here we have Ludivine. As you can see, she's got 4 initiative. She has 3 energy cubes, 4 health, 3 movement, black die for physical resistance, black die for magical resistance. Her special mastered attribute is charisma. She's got 2 orange for that. And her innate ability is all your attack rolls gain the switch. Exclamation mark is heal 1 to a character within your area. Or aura. Within your aura. And that's what her special thing is an aura. The aura source is always the space you are occupying. So basically you are always within your own aura. Then a space an enemy or character are within your aura if they are in X plus, that says minus, but it's supposed to be X, plus 0 plus X range. X being the number of aura tokens on your character sheet. The aura does not require line of sight, and you may spend 1 aura token from your character sheet to upgrade your roll. Only once per roll. So basically these are her auras, and she gets to place them just on herself here. Instead of placing them on the board and on enemies, she places them on herself, and then that's who she could affect within her aura. So her ability, she has during your activation, rotate this card and remove 1 damage from a character within your aura and place it on this card. And you may place up to 4 on this card. And then you may gain 1 stain during your activation to remove all of your wounded tokens from this card. And Purifying Smite. When you attack with your mace, which is her normal weapon, on 2 exclamations, she can inflict 1 wound to your target. And on a hollow exclamation, she can inflict 2 wounds to your target and gain 1 stain. At the end of your activation, you may flip this card. Meaning you don't have to. By my understanding is may. Now, also my understanding, when it says inflict 1 wound, that's not like add any success. That's just a straight 1 wound. They don't get to defend against it. That's kind of how I'm reading it, where it's inflict 1 wound and not add 1 success. So that's kind of how I've been playing it. If she flips it, this is what I'm not understanding. So during your activation, if you did flip it, is sacrifice 1 aura token to increase your initiative value by 3 until the end of the activation and heal up to 5. Okay. At the end of your activation, you may flip this card. So basically, if you need to heal, you're actually going to make You're going to increase by 3 and then 4, so you're going way later, but you're healing up to 5, which is a lot. Her health is only 4. So healing up to 5, especially later on in the game, you could be almost to death. Do that, you're going to not do much, but you heal yourself back up to 1. Or back up to full health, if you're down to 1 already. And then her armor is 1 black die. Her special item is add a success to your willpower rolls. And her mace is 2 yellows, and her range is 1-1. 1-1 just means basically only 1 away. And with a hollow exclamation, you can add 1 hit to your character roll and heal 1 to a character within your aura. So you just see a lot of things. She could do a lot of stuff with other heroes, but she has to have these on her board, so that's kind of what she wants to do there. And then she could get rid of them to modify, to upgrade a role. Now, let's go through her energy abilities here. So once again, right, that's her aura. That's her aura, so she can gain those to herself. She can add 1 to initiative, gain another aura, and gain an exclamation to her roll. On her perception check, she can have an automatic success, upgrade or downgrade, and then it means that she can get rid of a status token, so like stun, frightened, anything like that, from any hero within her aura. Increase her initiative by 1. This one is actually gain focus, which is actually adding a yellow die to your attack. So she could put a focus on a hero within her aura, and then add an exclamation roll to her attack. And last one is she can gain 1 aura, or 1 initiative, gain an aura, and so that one is stun as many enemies within your aura as aura tokens placed on your character sheet. You must spend all your aura tokens. Okay. So that's why it looks like that, because you're spending your auras, but making as many auras as you discount within your aura stunned. So that's actually quite handy as well. Alright, there you have it. That is all 4 of our characters that we have. That is our only options as well. There's no more to try. These are the 4 characters that they give you. And now let's go over to the app. Alright, here we are at the app. So as you can see, you can start campaign, continue campaign, play mission, or credits. So because this is the prototype, we just have play mission. So we'll click play mission. The story: Lost Trace. A cry in the night, one that no one heard, or pretended not to hear. There are cruel people in this world, heartless people who would not shy away from ripping an innocent child from the embrace of their family. But alas, that's the way the 2 moons travel the skies. Or is it? A child was abducted during the night after a violent squabble that left a corpse on the street, but no traces, tracks, or clues that might point towards the perpetrators. Although the child's family is heartbroken, the lack of solid evidence means there's little to nothing the local authorities can do. There was, however, a witness who claims to have caught a glimpse of the kidnappers through their window. "I saw a monster," they babbled, as shaking from head to toe and crying in fear. "Monsters!" Lacking in both idea and manpower, the council set out a call for adventurers who might investigate the heinous crime, offering a reward for the child's return. It seems you are not the only willing party to answer that call. With only scant details from the local guards, you decide that the best course of action is to study the scene of the crime and maybe find evidence that the authorities may have missed. Upon arrival, you find a lone member of the Hawthorne Point Guard on watch, wearing a blurry-eyed expression of fatigue. No one has yet been to remove the body. The corpse lies nearby, a trail of blood smearing the cobbles beside it. What are you going to do? Dun dun dun! Alright. Now it is going to tell us to place 103 as indicated. That is placed. Place tile 403 as indicated. That is placed. We will place a marker for the Hawthorne Point Guard as indicated. We will place the fight remains as indicated. And place the marker at chest 1 as indicated on the board. And then we will place all of our heroes within around that fountain space there. And we get to continue. So we will go back to the board here. Alright, and here we are. With the setup, we've got the 2 little boards. We've got the 3 tokens out. And we have placed our 4 heroes around that fountain space there. We have Darach on the left, Szoka in the middle, and Ludivine on the side. And then we put Nayra on the back because she's definitely the weakest and kind of a back person, so we're going to put her behind everyone else there. Now, as we said, this is the non-combat time, so basically anyone can go. There's no actual initiative. Each person takes 1 turn, and then we'll go from there. So we'll have Darach go first, and he will interact with this token.
All right, so here we are here. We're going to interact with that chest. Do you want to interact with the chest 1 marker? Yes, please. This abandoned chest is secured on with a rusty padlock. So now it's giving us a test. What do we want to do? Do we want to do an agility test or a strength test? We want to pick the lock or break the lock. Now, if you remember Darach, his ability is actually agility. So we are going to pick the lock. We're going to choose pick the lock.
So as you can see, the agility, he's got the little special symbol next to the agility. So he gets 2 orange and a yellow. So we're going to go 2 orange and a yellow for our roll. Ooh, and we got 1, 2 successes. Now, the exclamation marks aren't going to do anything because this is for an attack, this is for an attack, and this is for an attack. So the agility roll, we don't have anything to help us with the agility roll. So exclamation points don't do anything, but we do get 2 successes.
So we come back here, the agility test, we got 2. And we'll check. You open the padlock effortlessly. You obtain the object gold coin. And you obtain the object bandages. Remove the marker chest 1.
Alright, so we have gained a gold coin. You may use this card as a wild card. It counts as any ingredient during the item creation phase in Hawthorne Point. Discard this card. You cannot use more than 1 gold coin in the creation item. So this doesn't really do too much for us right now. In between each scenario, you have a city event phase. We could go around and get some upgrades and help your character. So basically this gold coin is so you can help at that point. So it doesn't really do much right now. And then bandages is as an action, you can heal up to 2 health from your character or an adjacent character and discard this card. Cool. So that's what we got from that chest. We have removed that chest from the board. And, I don't really feel like there's a point to move. Because there's that up there, but I've already interacted once. So all I have is my movement. So I don't really care to move. So we'll just come over here, since she's next to this token, and we'll just have Ludivine interact with this token.
Alright, so what we do is we come down here. We click on that. Do you want to interact with the Hawthorne Point guard marker? Yes, please. The Hawthorne Point guard rolls his eyes at you warily. Do we want to use gold coin, bribe the guard for information, or use a charisma test to ask if he has any idea of what may have happened? So this is what's interesting. That I wondered, because Darach just added that, or got that gold coin. Do we share that gold coin? Because how would Darach go over to use that coin? We got that coin, but can we use it? I don't know how we could use it if Ludivine doesn't have it. So I don't know how that works exactly. So we're just going to go ahead and charisma test.
So as you can see, her special is actually also charisma. So we get to roll 2 orange, and any hollow hits count as hits. And we got just 2 hits straight up. Once again, she does not have anything that will help her charisma roll. She does have something to add for her willpower, but not her charisma. So we got 2 successes, so we'll input that into the app.
All right, so we'll input that too, and check. The guard sighs and shakes his head. This isn't the first missing child, and something tells me he shan't be the last. Be the council didn't mention that, huh? Things haven't exactly been normal lately. Look, the witness's name is Imani Bobhood. Ask around, maybe you'll find her. She said she saw monsters, and I believe she's telling the truth. Make a clue space in the mission log. So that is, you'll have a mission log that you write down little notes that are going to change things in the future for the story. So we will mark a clue space in the mission log and mark the Imani Bob Hood space in the mission log. Once again, marking that down. Once again, it's just going to change future storylines. And then we will remove the marker Hawthorne Point Guard.
All right, so we have marked those on our board, and we will take that off the board. Once again, I don't know if it is beneficial to move. I don't know what's better or what's worse. So we'll just go into Szoka's turn, and I'm going to have her come up here. We will move her. Szoka's movement is 3, as you can see there. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, and now we'll interact with that token.
So we will come over here and we will interact with that guy. Do you want to interact with the fight remains marker? Yes, please. The remains left by the squabble are still on the street. The nauseating stench of dead flesh greets you as you get closer. Ooh, gonna do a perception check. So we're gonna investigate the remains.
So for her perception, it's just 1 orange and a yellow. And we don't have anything to help by that either. So we've got 1 orange, 1 yellow. Come on, good rolls, good rolls. Oof. So we only got 1 hit because that hollow hit is not 1 because her perception does not have that symbol. So we only get 1 success on this one. Let's see how that did.
So we will put 1 into here and check, see what happens. The corpse is bent and twisted into an unnatural position, and the stench turns your stomach as you approach. The flesh is covered with gashes, and some bone seems to have been removed and used to pin the body to the ground. No tracks can be seen nearby, just a smear of blood across the wall, as if the body had been scraped across the bricks before being embedded into the ground. Indeed, this is a grim sight. Make a clue space in the mission log. Once again, we'll mark that down to change future storylines. Who is playing their turn? So we had Szoka interact with that. Okay. Remove the marker fight remains. You realize that you are completely alone. The street is silent, save for a gust of wind that whistles through the alleyways. The long shadows cast by the sun lengthen, and unnaturally so, shifting too quickly for your liking. A moment later, they are no longer shadows at all. Dark, slouched forms stand before you, and silently menacing. One of them points a gnarling finger at you, and then as one, they shamble forward. Place the 105 tile as indicated. We'll do that. Place the marker beggar as indicated. We'll place that. Place the marker chest 2 as indicated. Place the marker closed door as indicated. All right, we got a closed door already there. Deploy 1 marked unit in space C of tile 403 or in an adjacent space. So we'll deploy those enemies. And deploy 1 husks unit in space D of tile 103 or adjacent spaces. So we'll deploy them. And since combat is now starting, we will increase that to round 2.
All right. So as you can see, we've set up that tile there. We put these 3 tokens on here. This is that beggar. This is the locked door. This is another treasure chest. We have deployed 2 marked or a marked unit. As you can see, we got marked 1 and marked 2 for this marked unit. And down here at the bottom, we have 1 and 2, 1 and 2, because each unit has 2 enemies. So we have these 2 deploy right there, and we actually have these 2 deploy back behind us. So having Nayra be in the rear, I don't know if it was the best idea, because now she's like right next to the husks. So we'll see how that goes. Now we're going to set up the initiative track. So we always do the enemies first. So the marked has initiative of 4, and the husks have initiative of 5. Now we'll place our heroes. She has an initiative of 5. I couldn't really say that. There you go. She's got initiative of 5, so she's going to go on top of the husks. He has initiative of 3, so he's going to go before everyone else. And she's got 4, and she's got 4. So we could kind of decide who goes first. I'm going to have Nayra go first just because she is on top. So we'll put Ludivine right there and then Nayra on top. So maybe she could kind of move out of the way a little bit sooner. Not going to change a whole lot, but we'll try it. All right. And now we'll see how combat goes. We'll make sure I do it right. So we're going to come up here, this twist all the way till it hits someone. So it is going to hit Darach. So Darach gets to go first. He is right here. So I'm wondering if we want to have Darach and Nayra stay back here and attack. And then have Ludivine come up and help Szoka, maybe? Or because she's not really a hard hitter, she's just a good defender. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have Darach stay back here and attack here, and Ludivine go up and help with the mart. So Darach needs a 2 to 5 unit. So line of sight is interesting in this game. From one of your corners, it has to hit 2 corners without passing through any other tokens. So as you can see, that one's actually technically out of line of sight from right there, because of this guy, right? Going to that corner, he can't come to that corner because that's blocking him. So technically, the one in the corner is out of line of sight for Darach. But I mean, you just moves one over. See if that. Yeah, see now that doesn't pass through. So that corner gets to both, and that one has both. And so he's in range of both now. And that's important because with this one, when attacked at the end of the resolution, he could rotate this card to attack another one that has his mark token. So that means it's really important for him to use this so that he can mark both enemies. So we're going to do that for our action. We don't really need to displace. That one is to move one. Don't really need to move one, so that doesn't really help us out. But we do get to place 2 marked things. And so I will mark both of these enemies here. My understanding, you do mark them individually. So they are separate here. I'll just put them on top here for abilities. So both of these guys are marked now. So they're both marked. Now I'm going to attack. So beginning of my turn, I was here. There were no enemies within 1 or 2 range. So at the beginning of your activation, if there are no enemies within range of 2, which there was not, I get to flip that card. So now when I attack, I get to modify 1 die from my attack roll and then flip this card back over. So I will do that. So my attack is 2 yellow and a black because we add our armor to there, and my innate abilities, I get to re-roll 1 die from the attack roll with my bow. So I'm going to modify 1 die. So I am going to roll a orange, yellow, and black die because I upgraded one of the yellows. Ooh, not the best. Not the best at all. So we've got 1 single hit and a exclamation, another exclamation, and 2 more exclamations. So 1 hit and 4 exclamations. So right off the bat, they are marked, so I do get to add 1, but I have 4 and I can only use 2. So might as well, I'm going to keep this guy to use those 2 exclamation there. And I'm going to re-roll with my innate ability this one there. Yeah, there we go. There's another success. So I got 1 success, 2 success, And those two turn into a success. So I have 3 successes here. Now, with those 3 successes, I am attacking the husks. So we look here. Oh, nice. This is the perfect, actually. So the husk only has magic resistance. Ooh, this might change my plan a little bit. But she doesn't have any defense against physical, and she has no armor. So that means she rolls nothing, so that means those 3 go right into, we'll say that was Husk 1. So Husk 1 goes up to 3 damage, and they only have 4. Oh, so that was so close. We almost killed her with 1 shot. Dang, that would have been awesome if I could have done 1 more damage. Yeah, there's nothing I could have done, though. So what we're going to do is we're going to tap this guy. Because we can rotate this card to perform an attack against another enemy within range that has Hunter's Mark. So they both have Mark. Oh, whoops. I put these on the run. I'm attacking the husks, not them. They were not in range. My bad. So those are those guys. But I did wound that right. Correct one. So now I'm going to hurt the other husk. So at the end of your activation. So that means I get to use this again because it's not the end of my activation yet. It was the end of resolving that attack. Because this one says, at the end of the resolution, I get to attack again. So, meaning I still get to modify 1 die. And you may reroll 1 die from the attack rolls. Attack rolls. So I get both of those again. So we'll just roll the same thing. 1 of each of those. Come on. Ah, come on. That was like the exact same thing as last time for the first. Ah. See, but right now, this guy is doing nothing for me. But that has a hollow. See, this I don't know what I want to reroll. Because I could reroll that, but if I don't get a hit and only get 1 exclamation, then I'm losing my switch here. That I could add 1. I think I'm just going to stick with that, getting 1 and then using my switch to get a second one. So I'll hurt. And once again, this husk doesn't have any resistance for physical and has no armor. So the husk just takes it. Ooh, dang, that was not too bad. Not too shabby. So now that it's the end of his activation, I will flip this card back over. And he will advance 3. So he'll go 1, 2, 3. And this one will move to Nayra. So now it is Nayra's turn. So this is what I'm thinking, because she does spell attacks. And physical attacks are good against her because she doesn't have any defense. Where the Mark has spell and hit. So I'm saying Ludivine does physical damage. So I might have Nayra try to come and attack the Marked. So Ludivine can finish off one of those husks. Let me see if Nayra can even make it that far. She might not even make it that far. Yeah, she only has 3 movement. 1, 2, 3. And what's her range? Range is 2 to 3. Okay, so I might. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Ooh, yes, she can. So she'll go 1, 2, 3. And now she has line of sight. She does not have line of sight to that one because it's that corner. It's hitting that corner. So I do not have line of sight to that back one. But I do have line of sight to this one, as that's not blocking anything. So I will move 1, 2, 3, and then I will attack Mark 2 is who I will go after at least. So the question is, how do we want to do this? What I am thinking here, so this is what I'm going to do. This has that little black token there, so I have to place my dark energy cube there. But it's also going to increase my initiative, so I'll place that there. So my initiative right away goes up 1. Then I get to modify one of my dice, increase or decrease, and I get to add a Nerlin to the board. And I'm going to place that right there. So now I have 2 options. One, I could leave that there and enemies adjacent to a Narlan is going to gain the slow state. And slowed does, at the end of your activation, your initiative adds 1 to its original value. You move your initiative token 1 position extra on the track. So the Mart, at the end of their turn, they're going to go even further. Instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4, they're going to add 1 to there. So that way they're on top of her instead of before her, which might not change too much. The second thing that I can do is this. Before making the roll of a cast spell action, if the target is adjacent to a Nerlin, remove it and add an orange or yellow to your roll. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to place it, and then right away, I'm going to take it away. So now that adds an orange to my roll. And I did not place anything here, so I cannot modify a die, but I did put 1 here, so I get to modify a die. So I have 2 yellow. She does not have armor, so I do not have a black, like I was able to roll with the other one, all the other characters, but I get to add an orange, and I get to modify it. So I'm doing 2 orange and a yellow. So we'll do 2 orange and a yellow for this attack. All right, let's see what that did. So I got a single hit there, and then a hollow hit and an exclamation mark. A hollow hit is good. Hollow hit, I get to add 1. It's a switch, so I only one of those is going to become a hit. So that's a hit and that's a hit. Exclamation. Ooh, yes, exclamation. At the bottom here, add a hit to your roll. That was actually really good. So I got 1, 2, 3. So I got 3 hits right there. But I can't do anything else with that other hollow hit. I just could use it that once. Yep. I just could use those that once. So that's 3 damage coming in. They also have 4 health. And that was attacking the marked 2 guy. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, nope. Sorry. I did do 3, but he is resistant to magic, so he does get to roll 1 black die. And he does block 1. So he'll take that 1 back. All right, that was her turn. She's got 4 initiatives, so she'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. And now it is Ludivine's turn. All right, so her goal is to take out that husk right there. I only have to do 1 damage. All right, so what Ludivine wants to do is she is going to place 1 here. So she is going to get increase 1 on her initiative check as well. So we'll add her +1. And then she's going to gain the focus state herself. And she's going to add an exclamation mark here. Yes. So the focus state, we'll come over here. The focus state, second to last one. You can remove the state to add a yellow to your roll. At the end of your activation, remove this state. So I'm just going to get it and then remove it to add a yellow to my attack. And then my attack gains a exclamation point. So my attack is 2 yellow and a black. Yep, so I get 2 yellow. I actually get 3 yellow because of my focus. So 3 yellow and a black. 1, 2, 3, and a black. Let's see what happens here. Oh! Ooh. I don't think that's very good. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 exclamations and 1 hollow exclamation. Ooh, nice! Hollow exclamation, add 1 hit to your roll and heal 1 to a character within your aura. No one's hurt yet because the enemies haven't activated. But that is 1. That's really all I needed was 1. Inflict 1 wound to your target. Oh, so I did that too. Or 2. Okay. So pretty much I did 1 and inflict another 1 to him. So that kills Husk number 1. So Husk number 1 here is dead. All right, so that Husk is dead. We'll take away that marked 1 to remember. And so that one's dead. And that's Ludivine's turn. So she will go up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now, surely enough, it is the Mark turn. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the app because that's going to tell us what they do.
So you come over here, just this little thing on the right side, you click on that. It is the husks. So you click on, nope, it's not the husk's turn. It is the marked turn. Hit marked and you click behavior. Now here it shows what they're going to do. If there's an enemy within a distance of 1, they're going to attack the highest vitality value, whoever has the most health. They will attack, and then they will add a success to their attack roll. If there is a hero within the distance of 2 to 3, they will attack the highest vitality value. Then they will assault, and then they will attack. And then if no one is within 4+ range, the target is the closest range, and they will just approach and approach. And the target of this unit's attack must downgrade their defensive roll. So whoever they attack pretty much won't get a defensive dice because everyone just has a black die. When you downgrade a black die, it just goes away. So that's what we're going to look at.
So as you can see, both marks, there's no one within 1, but within 2 to 3, 2 and 3. So they will do the highest vitality value, which is going to be Szoka. So they're going to assault, which that assault just means going to the enemy. So assault is just doing that. And then they will attack. So now we'll come to their card. So for their attack, they will roll 1 orange, and they have 1 automatic success. If they get a hollow exclamation, they'll add another success. If they get a hollow success, they will apply stunned to the target. So let's see what they do. So we got an orange. That's all they're rolling here. Ooh, wait, and he also rolls a black because he's got that physical resist. No, you add the armor, sorry. So he will roll just that orange, and he got, no. He got a hollow success and a success, and a hollow exclamation and a success. The hollow exclamation is at 1. So he basically got 2 successes. And that's coming into Szoka. So now Szoka gets to roll against those 2 successes. And she gets a blue and a black die. So she'll roll a blue and a black die. And she does block 1, then she gets 2 exclamations. And that doesn't do anything. Ooh. Oh no, we don't have successes. We don't want successes here. Here we go. Perfect. 2 exclamations is a defense. So 2. So I block both hits coming in. No! Sorry. I have to downgrade because they attacked. So I'm just going to re-roll. I'm supposed to roll 2 blacks, not a blue and a black, because I have to downgrade. So the blue is going to go down to a black. So I roll 2 blacks. So that double exclamation is going to add a defense and nothing else. They're not taunted yet because she hasn't gone. And there's no hollow. Yep. So she blocks 1, but 1 does come in. All right. Now, the second mark's going to do the exact same thing. Going to come over here, roll 1 orange. And the exact same thing. Oh, and that was supposed to be a 3rd because they have an automatic. So 3 more hits coming in. So she took actually 2 wounds to that. And she's going to do 2 blacks again because the blue has to get downgraded because of the mark's ability. Yeah! That's what I'm talking about. So that's a shield. Those 2 are another shield, so she blocks 2, so only 1 coming in. So she's already down half health. Whew. That was intense. And they're 4, so they go 1, 2, 3, 4. So basically they get to go again before either one of these 2 get to go, which is kind of rough actually. So now it's Szoka's turn. Szoka's right here, so she's already right next to the enemies. Alright, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to +1 on my initiative track. I've done that like on all of them. +1 there. And then I'm actually going to stun which is what that is. I'm going for the number 2 guy. So stun, all stun really is actually, is removing 1 success from the attack roll. So just when they attack, they'll do a little less there. And then this is the one I really wanted, is this one here. Is I get to place a die at any side I want. That way, because I really need to do 2 damage to this guy to kill him. So that's what I'm really hoping to be able to do here. So, and I get to attack with a orange and a blue and a blue. So 2 blues and an orange. Two blues and an orange. 2 blues and an orange. Oof. So, this is what we got here. Now, hollow does nothing. The hollow hit does nothing. But if I change this one to that, I'm going to do that so I could activate this switch. So I can do 2 successes. So that's worth 2 successes now. Dang, this is cutting it close. Yeah, I think that's what I want to do. I don't think exclamation points. They just add defense to it. Yeah, but I don't have any other switches that I can do. Oh, no. I deleted them. So I had those 2 successes. I couldn't do anything else, though, because there was a hollow exclamation. Yeah. So I do 2. And here's the thing is they get 1 black die. So if they get a defense, he doesn't die. Come on, come on, come on. Don't. No! No, 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 no. So he only takes 1, so he does not die. Alright. So that's the end of her activation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, wait. No, before she ends, though, I'm going to have her play this once per round. Reduce the initiative value by 1. Whoa. I don't know where I just put that. Right there. Reduce your initiative value by 1 until the end of your activation. So I'm going to tap that until the end of the round. And the end of the round is when we get past 10. So she's only going to go 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So she's right there. Now, the single husk is going to activate. So let's go to the app and see what the app tells us they do.
So we come here to the app and we click on husk and their behavior. So if a enemy is in 1, they hit the closest range and just attack. If there's a distance 2 to 3, their target is going to be the closest one, and they will assault or basically move up to them and then attack. And if the distance is 4+, they'll just the closest range and they'll just approach twice, basically walking up but not attacking them.
All right, so here's the husk, and actually we have 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So actually in the exact same range. So that means whoever the time thing is, whoever is farthest away from them in the initiative track. So that means it's going to be Ludivine because they are really close. So they're actually going to go to Ludivine. They were going to assault, means they go right next to him, and then they're going to attack Ludivine. And with her attack, the husk's attack meaning is going to roll 1 yellow and get an automatic success. And then at the end of their activation, she's going to apply stun to all adjacent characters. Wow. So she just automatically stuns her at the end of the turn. That's hurtful. But she's going to roll 1 yellow for her attack. And she gets 1 normal exclamation mark, which doesn't do anything, but she does have 1 automatic success. So her physical defense is 1 black plus her black armor, so she gets 2 black for that. And she does block it. She blocks it. So that works. So that means she didn't do anything. That was awesome. But she does get stunned, which is basically a -1 success hit on her next attack. And she has an initiation of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just like that. And now it is Darach's turn again. So here's what... nope. I was seeing if... Because I could attack 2 people. So I was seeing if I could attack one of the marked as well to kill that marked. But I don't think I can because these 2 block line of sight. Yeah, so that wouldn't work. Unless I would have had Szoka move over to attack this guy. Yep, I'm going to retroactively because it was just Szoka's turn. And it's not going to change anything. But she did attack Mark 2, so she stood in front there to attack the Mark 2. I can't kill the Mark 2, which would be awesome, but I could at least start to injure the other one because they're going to go again. Dang. So he's going to go 1, 2, just to make sure. Because that one's his and that one's his, so he's good there. And he's good there. It's actually taking me from there. But yeah, so he's got line of sight to both of them. One already has the marked token on him, but the husk does not. Yeah, sorry, I was looking at him wrong. The husk has the marked, but neither one of the marked are marked. So at the beginning of your turn, you untap any card, you recall all of your energy cubes, and now we decide what we want to do. And we do not get to do this because there was an enemy within 2 range. Because he was right here. So I don't get to flip that card over. That's kind of sad. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to come here. Here. So this is going to let me place a die on anything. And then I get to move 1, which I don't really care to move 1. Actually, can I move 1 more right there? And still attack? Ooh, I can. So yeah, actually maybe I will. Yep, I'm going to move 1 more so I can... Now can I attack? Yes. Now I can actually try to kill that marked. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm actually going to attack that marked first. Because the marked is not marked. That's really confusing. The marked does not have the hunter's mark. So I'm going to attack that guy first because my ability is I get to attack another one if the other one has a hunter's mark. So I'm going to attack the marked first, marked 2, and try to do 1 thing. And I get to place 1 on there. I get to place a dice on any face I want. However, he is not marked, so I don't get that switch, but I still get to re-roll 1. And I don't get to modify anything. So I just get my normal basic attack, which is 2 yellow and 1 black. 2 yellow and 1 black. Come on. Oh, come on. But I do get to place 1 of those on any face I want. But the mark does get... these. None of these have... Let's see here. I don't want that one. See, I think... yeah, there's not a double hit on this at all. So if I just move that one to there... So I get 1 success. And there's nothing else I could do. So it comes down to this again. Let's roll this one so that doesn't get inside. He rolls 1 black. No! And he blocks that 1 hit coming through. Dang it. Dang, Mark does not want to die. Alright, but now I get to attack the husk back there because it does have the hunter's mark, so I get to tap this guy to attack him, and I get that same ability. So I will roll again, and I get to place... Oh, man. So I'll place there that one again. So I actually have 2 hits coming through, and the husk does not have any defense. So the husk finally dies. Dun, dun, dun. So the husks are taken care of. However, that's not who I wanted to die. I wanted that dang marked guy because they're doing a lot more damage. And the end of her, yep, that was his turn. So at the end of his turn, he's going to go 1, 2, 3. So he's actually going to go again before any other hero. That's funny. But not before the marked. And the marked is going to go after Szoka on both of them again. Zoka's going to die, man. Okay. Well, so they're going to do the same thing. Don't really need to look at the app because they're going to do the same thing, but they get an automatic success this time. Because of their ability. Yep. So here goes nothing. They have 2 automatic successes. Plus whatever this is, and there's another success, but that's it. So 3 more successes coming through. And she gets 2 blacks because one has to be downgraded because that's the marked ability. And that's 1, and that double is another 1. So that's blocks 2, so only 1 comes through. Whew. Oh man, oh man, oh man. This is so cool. Oh, wait, is she? No, they're stunned. The marked is stunned. No, the number 2 is stunned. So that one came in normal. Because you always activate number 1 first. So that was number 1 attacking. So now the number 2 is going to attack, but the number 2 is stunned. So they're going to -1. But they still have 2 because of the ability on the thing because they're already next to them. So they get +1 success. They have an automatic success on the roll. And so once again, another orange. So that's 3 more, but they are stunned. So that goes away and they -2. So 2 coming through. Which, if she doesn't roll at least 1, she's going to die. Come on. Yes! She only rolls 1. And one exclamation, so she can't use that. But she is still alive. She is still alive. All right. Whoo, buddy. That was sketchy. And they're going to move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so we all get to activate before they activate again. So hopefully, as a team here, we can kill him. All right, and Darach is not going to move because he has to be 2 away. So he's going to attack both of them. Because he gets to go again, so he's going to pull those back. He's going to flip that back around there. So I need to... I'm just going to do this. That displacement's not going to do anything, but I need to mark both of them. Because that would have killed him if I would have marked him last time. So I'm not going to do that mistake again. So I'll mark both of them. And then I get to do my roll. I don't get to flip that card because they were still within 2 at the beginning of my activation. So that doesn't get to flip. So I just get my normal roll. 2 yellows and a black. Come on. Yeah, there we go. There's a success and 2 exclamations for another success. That means 2 coming through. That means no matter what, he's going to die. He's going to roll a black. See, look, it keeps bouncing off that. That's okay. 1, and he's dead. So number 2 is dead. Whoo, buddy. About dang time, man. That was too much. All right. He comes back to me. And now I'm going to make another attack to that guy. So we're going to go same thing here. All right, there we go. And I get 2 more attacks coming through. My hollow does not do anything. Yep. Oh, I tapped that for my second attack. But I do have 2 coming through to this other marked. And I'll roll 1 black die for it. Whoa. Yeah, and nothing happens. So that means he gets 2 coming through. Awesome. And he goes 1, 2, 3. Ooh, he even gets to go again before they do. Sweet. And now it's Ludivine's turn. Ooh, she's all the way back there. 1, 2, 3. Can she attack 1? Yes, that is her attack. It's just 1 space. So she's going to move up there and attack. Right there. Oh, let's see. Oh, she is stunned, though. let's move this off then. I think I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to +1 on my initiative. Then I'm going to get a focus state, which is just going to give me another yellow die, and get an automatic exclamation. Ooh, yep. And so my attack is 2 yellow and a black. Yep. So 2 yellow and a black. Ooh, nice. So I got a success, a hollow exclamation, which is another success. And I get to heal a character with an aura, which sucks because I don't have an aura right now, so I can't heal anyone other than myself, and I'm not hurt. But that is 2. I have 1 success, 1 hollow exclamation. Ooh, nope. I will use the hollow exclamation for that. I'll gain a stain, and I'll just inflict 2 straight wounds. Boom, baby! And that will kill the other marked. So, let's go back to the app.
So, what I was supposed to do when the husk died, you come back here and you click that red part of the husk there. And have you defeated this husk unit? Yes. And what that does is basically just takes them away. And now we just did the marked. We also killed them. So have you defeated this unit marked? We go, yes. And then because we're done with fighting, we will increase the next round to round 3. And now we just continue the non-exploits. So let's go back to the board.
All right. So we come back to the board, and everything comes off. Everyone gets their little token back. Since we started a new round, we could do whatever we want. And we're all right here. So I am going to go and start exploring here. However, Szoka is hurt badly, man. Like, really bad. But it says you're not supposed to place these cubes when you're not in combat. Which is kind of weird. Then I don't understand how I'm supposed to... Can I not heal in between phases then? Because that's kind of weird. And that comes back up because that round is over. I mean, I have my bandages. So, I mean, I'll definitely... I guess I'll have him go first. And I'll discard the bandages to heal her too. Whoops, wrong way. I'm going to have Darach go. Oh, yeah, because I just had him activate to heal her. So I'll have them keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4. And interact with the door. So let's go back over to the app.
All right, so here we're at the app. We will interact with the door. Do you want to interact with the closed door marker? Yes. What do we? The blood trail ends right in front of a plain-looking door. Perhaps it's a trick of the light. But through the cracks in the wood, you thought you saw something moving behind it. Yep, look at that. Agility test to pick the lock or strength test to knock down the door. Pretty understandable thing. So let's go ahead and go back and see what we want to do.
So let's definitely do the agility, right? Because he's got that. So 2 orange and a yellow. 2 orange and a yellow to try to pick the lock. Ooh, and we only get 1 success. Did I get a hollow? Yeah, I got a hollow success. Because he is a master in that thing, so the hollow successes are also successes. So he got 2 successes. So let's go back to the app, put that in, and see what happens.
So we tried to pick the lock, and we got 2 successes. Let's see if that was enough. Check. Using your skill and precision, not only do you manage to open the lock, yes, but you also notice a hidden contraption that, in all likelihood, would have activated a trap. Ooh, you dismantle it carefully and swing open the door. Yes. Remove the closed door marker. As soon as the door opens, you hear a strange noise behind you. You turn to see a tendril of garnet red smoke emanating from a crack in the wall, just a few meters from where the beggar sits. Uh-oh. The smoking tendril shoots towards the man. Arrow straight, it wraps around his ankle, yanking him upwards before dashing his skull violently against the wall. Ooh. The tendril sweeps the floor with the beggar's corpse, finally throwing it upwards into such force that the body lands on a nearby roof, where it gets caught in the guttering. The tendril retreats back into the crack, but immediately after, a red liquid begins pouring out into the street, coalescing into a bloody mass. Rapidly, the mass takes solid shape, bones and muscles forming the silhouette of a large, unnatural creature. You have never before seen its like, and can scarcely believe your eyes. A cold sweat runs down your spine. The creature stands fully formed, its long, gnarled body terminating in a cluster of tail-like tendrils, twitching and writhing and dripping with a scarlet ichor. The thing's head is eyeless, its skull divided in twain by a huge maw, gnashing hungrily with 3 rows of razor-sharp teeth. It appears to be made of flesh, with throbs and beats to a pulse, though whether the monstrosity has anything that could be described as a heart seems unlikely. Fully formed, in the blink of an eye, the monster roars and its eyeless head turns towards you. So, you're going to remove that beggar because he just threw him on top of a rooftop. Ooh. Place the tile 203 as indicated. Then we'll place an altar as indicated in that corner. And then we'll put an event marker 1 in position 10 of the initiative track. So a little token we'll put on that initiative 10. And then we will deploy one at Kiplech in the spaces closest to the special interaction marker closed door.
Alrighty. So here we've set this up here. We put the altar in the corner. We have taken away that beggar because he's on top of the roof now. We saw that chest there, and we have this Kiplech. As you can see, it's this monstrosity of a thing. Looks very interesting here. Right there you go. You can kind of see that picture there. As you can see, he's got 15 health. His initiative track is 3. He's got green for defense and black for armor and blue for his spell resistance. Like, whoa. He attacks with 2 red and a range of 1 to 4. And he can apply stun just with an exclamation. Fear, the target of their attack must perform a willpower test, and they must get 2 successes. If they do not pass, they will gain frightened. And then trapped. Characters within range 1 to 2 gain no movement points at the beginning of their activation and cannot perform the run action. Which kind of sucks for Darach because he needs to move. So he'll have to use a point displacement to do anything there. So we put him on first. He is at initiative 3. There. And then we'll put Darach on 3 there. Szoka at 5. And these 2 at 4. I really don't care who goes first, so I'm just going to put them both right there. Alright. And so now it all starts. And we got the event token there, meaning when everything gets discarded, it stays on the bottom. So whenever it goes through 10, we'll activate. We'll go to the app and activate it. So this goes straight to Darach's turn. I feel like Darach was really good when there was more than 1, but when there's only 1, I feel like he's not as powerful. So I definitely want to mark him. And I need to displace, so I got to do this one again. I'll do here because I got to displace at least 1. We'll go like that. And then I'll mark him. And then the other one's just kind of waste, but I have to put it because it's highlighted there. All right. Let's see. At the beginning of my activation, I was close, so I cannot flip that card. That card's worthless to me because there's only 1. But he is marked, so I at least get that. Switch. So I get 2 yellow and 1 black. Oh, no way. 2 hollows and 1 solid exclamation. That means I do absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. So he doesn't need to roll his defense because he doesn't need to block anything. I don't even hit. Well, that was Darach's turn. 1, 2, 3. Now he gets to go. So let's go to the app and see who and what he wants to do exactly.
So we go to Kiplech to look at that. That's so cool. And his behavior, so distance 1 to 4. He's going to attack the highest fatality within 4. And he's going to attack twice. And then he's going to add a success to the attack rolls. And at the end of the activation, the Kip like advances its initiative track token by 4 instead of 3. Okay, so he gets actually one slower if people are within 1 to 4 of him. If it's 5 to 6, he's going to attack the lowest vitality value. And he's going to assault and then attack once. And then if it's 7 plus, the lowest vitality and approach. And then he actually goes quicker. At the end of its activation, the Kiplex advances its initiative token by 2 positions instead of 3. But we definitely have a person within 1 to 4. And it's going to hit the highest vitality. So let's see what's going on the board there now.
All right. So 1 to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. So Szoka is technically within 4. Because they could get 1 and 2. Because large characters, small characters do not block large characters' line of sight. Only large characters block large characters' line of sight. So that means Szoka would be in range, but it's highest vitality. And she's only got 3 wounds left. So he actually is going to attack Darach. And twice. And have an automatic success. And 2 reds. And 2 reds and a black. Because of his armor. So he got 1 exclamation, 2 exclamation, 3 exclamations. So I'm definitely stunned. But he actually doesn't. Wow. So he does the 1 automatic from his ability. He does the 1 automatic, and those don't do anything. So Darach is stunned. So he is stunned. And then I must make a willpower test, which is that bottom right hand one. So an orange and a yellow. Orange and yellow, and I gotta get 2 successes to pass. Nope, and I got 1 success. Because those other things don't do anything, so now I am also frightened. Which is interesting in this game. I'll show you real quick, but frightened is actually worse than stunned. So stunned, I'm going to -1. So let's see here. Stunned, remove 1 success from each attack roll. Frightened is remove an offensive die from your attack roll. Or a defense die from your defensive roll. So that means I lose a whole die. This I just lose 1 success. This I lose a whole die. So having both really sucks. But now he gets to attack again, though. Because that's what he does. From his ability from the app, saying that he attacked twice. He got a hollow, which does nothing. And just 2 straight up successes. And 1 from the app, so he gets 3. 3 hits coming in. And he gets a black and a blue. So he gets black and blue for defense. And he doesn't block a single thing. So 3 come right into him. And now that's the end of his activation. He goes up by 4 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, which is awesome. That means he gets another activation before he actually goes. Alright, now it's Ludivine's turn. She's going to go 1, 2, 3. Nope, he's got to be within... Oh, no. Okay, that's fine. 1, 2, 3. And... Oh, she doesn't have a displaced? What? She doesn't have a displaced ability? What? No. Well, how in the world? So that means I can't attack because this is I have to be right next to him. And she was right here. 1, 2, 3. There's no way I could get next to him. Really? She doesn't have a single displaced ability. So I guess I'll just do this. I'm going to do this one. +1 initiative. Gain an aura. And gain a thing with my roll. And I'm going to say I could roll. I don't know if I could roll even though I'm not attacking. So I could do some of my healing abilities. Mainly... Well, I guess no. Let's see here. Okay, okay. So I'm going to do that, and I'm just going to activate this. Remove 1 damage from a character within your aura. So now my aura is 1, and he is within my aura. So I'm going to take one of those. Whoops, wrong way. I'm going to take one of those and place it on there. Like that. That. And yeah, see that's. Can I roll to see if I heal? I'm going to do it anyways. I really don't know if I can, but do that just so see if I can heal. But I already have an exclamation point right there. So I get an exclamation point so I can heal 1. So I'll heal him again. And then do I have a hollow? Nope, I did not get a hollow. Okay. So that's her turn. That was a pretty weak turn. It was 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, I went up 1, didn't I? Yep. 5, like that. Now it is her turn. She also only has 3 movement. No one can get to him. 1, 2, 3. But she does have range 2 to 3. 1, 2. So maybe I'll keep this back. Yeah, that doesn't matter. We'll keep it right there. And now what do I want to do? Yep, I'm going to do that again. I'm going to do that so I +1 to my ability again, or to my initiative. Now I get to modify a roll, and I get to put this thing down, which is going to slow it, but I'm going to take it away to gain an orange. So I'm going to do 2 orange and a yellow, or yeah, orange from that. Upgrade one of my yellow to orange. So 2 orange, a yellow, and that's it. No black. And and I gain a stain from that. I didn't gain a stain last time either. And yep, so I get 2 orange and a yellow. Oh my goodness. Ooh, that hollow. Nice. That hollow, I get to remove one of those. And it's a success. Is a success. And 1 exclamation is another hit. So that's 2 successes going through. And I could have rolled and modified another die. Yep, well I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna add a yellow. So I'm gonna get rid of that so I have those 2. Plus this, so I modified that. 1 more success. So I got 1, 2, and 3. So 3 successes coming in. However, he has a green and a black. So 3 successes coming in. Whoops, let's re-roll that one. Nope, re-roll that one. And block. So 2 goes in. All right, say we heard him finally. All right, after that it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it is Szoka's turn. Szoka is going to go 1, 2, 3. And yep, she's going to increase her initiative by 1. And stun. So he gets -1 there. And then I get to choose any dice. And that's it. And so I get 2 blues and an orange. 2 blues and an orange. Nice. That's 2 hits right there. Ah, dang. Ooh, but I could place anyone. So let's see here. So I already have an exclamation and a shield right there to get that. So this one, I want a success. That works. Right, because there's no other. Yeah. But I am also going to tap that one. So I bring her back like that. So I have 1, 2, 3 successes coming through. And he gets green and a black. So 3 successes coming in. And he blocks 1. So 2 more coming in. And hey, look at that. Something's happening. Oh, whoops. I have not been moving that, though. But that's her turn, so she moves up for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ha, that's why I wanted to do that. Tap that card so she could go one more time before that event. And now it is Darach's turn, which is going to do nothing, basically. So he's just going to stay right there. Ooh, actually, I'm thinking here. Maybe I want to go and open that. Yes, I do. I'm going to go 1, 2. I'm actually going to interact with that chest.
All right, so I'm going to interact with this chest here. Do you want to interact with the chest marker too? Yes, I do. The sturdy chest is made of mahogany, studded with metal rivets. The lock does not look like it could be easily opened. Come on, can I lockpick it? Yes, I can lockpick it. I'm going to pick the lock. Let's go back.
So I have agility. So 2 orange and a yellow. 2 orange and a yellow. And hollow successes count. And I get 1 success. 1 success, and that is it. Okay.
So we will input that 1 success here. Check. You clumsily attempt to open the lock, activate a hidden mechanism. A plum of abrasive yellow dust explodes from the lock. You clasp your hands to your face as you feel the skin burn. When finally the pain subsides, you find the contents of the chest have been rendered useless. Oh man. The active character suffers 1 wound. Alright. Remove the marker to chest. Ah, well that didn't help.
Alright, so here I was hoping that something would help me in there. But that just wounded me, and then we're going to take that off the board. Alright, well, now I'll do my worthless attack. So I have to get rid of a die, so instead of having 2 yellow and a black, I will have 1 yellow and 1 black and -1 success. And nothing happens, because I don't have 2. Yep. And actually, I'm going to move 1 back, so I'm further away from him. Alright, and that's all she wrote for him. So 1, 2, 3. He does get to go again at some point. Alright, now Kiplik. He is going to do the same thing. He's going to attack the highest fatality, which now he's at 3. He's only at 2. So it's actually going to be one of these 2. And who is furthest away in the initiative track? It is going to be Ludivine, actually, because she's at the bottom. So Ludivine is going to be the target here. And attack twice with 1 success. 1 automatic success. So it's 1, 2, and stunned. She's already stunned. I don't know if you could have more than 1 stun. That's a good question, actually. So 1, 2, and 3. So 3 coming in. But she does have 1 black die. Ooh. Ah, no. She took... dang. Oh, well. 1 black die. So 3 coming in. Yeah, 1 is blocked. So only 2. Alright, let's see if she dies or not, because attacking once again. 1, 2, 3 coming in, and she's dead no matter what. Blocked, but still 2, and she's downed. So she gets flipped over there. Her initiative token gets flipped over, meaning that she's dead. So so when someone dies, you get rid of all their tokens and everything on them, and then take away all the wounds. I don't know about the stain. But basically, someone can go next to her and revive her on their turn. But this guy's going to go up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And he gets to go again. So one thing I forgot to do is I was supposed to roll for stunned and for frightened. Stunned is strength, and frightened is willpower. And I just have to at least get one success. So let's do strength test first. Strength test is a yellow and a orange and a yellow. I just have to get one success, which I do. So stunned goes away, and frightened, I do a willpower test, which is the same thing. I just need one success for it to go away. And I get one success. So both of those are taken away. And now I get my activation. So I am going to go like that. Ooh. This time I am far away. So this flips over so I can modify a die. And then I'm going to be able to put that die on whenever I want. And move if I really wanted. Yes. So I get to modify a die and a reroll. So a yellow, orange, and a black for my attack. Oof. And that's a hit. That's not a hit. And that's not a hit. But that is... Yep, so what I need is... I'm going to place this one on that one. So I get those two. So that's 1, 2, 3 hits. 3 hits coming in, but he gets these for his defense. Ooh, nice. And he does not block 1, 2, 3. All right. That was actually kind of good. And he goes up 3. 1, 2, 3. Actually, he was... Yep. And now she gets to go. Recall this. And I think she's going to do the same thing again, though. Because it's just so nice. That's such a good combo. She pluses 1 on initiative track. She gains a stain. She gets to modify a die. She gets to put this down. And then she's going to take it away to get an orange die from this thing. If target next to it, you're going to remove it. And I get to modify, before making it, modify one of your dice. So I get to modify and add an orange. So basically I get 3 orange. 3 orange to this attack. Ooh, look at that. 1, 2, 3, and 2 exclamations. Exclamations don't... Ooh, 1 exclamation does something. So that's 4. Wow. Yep. That's 4 hits going through. Goes up like this. Ooh, blocks 1, so 3. 1, 2, 3. Wow. We actually got him up to 10. That's not too shabby. Oh, I think I forgot to do that. Oh, well. Not too shabby. Then she goes 1, 2, 3, 4. She does not get to go. She just gets taken off the board. And now it's Szoka's turn. So I guess, do the same thing. Just so I could stun. Just so I could place that 1 die on its own. That's just so nice. +1 there. And then I get stunned, but they're already stunned. And I get to put 1 die on whatever I want. And that's my roll, right? Orange and 2 blue. Ooh. So that keeps there. This, I want that for my thing. So that is worth 2. So I get 1, 2, 3 hits coming through. Right, because I don't have any other... Yep, nope. So 3 hits coming through. Blocks nothing. 1, 2, 3 hits coming through. Look at that. But now it is this event's token's turn, so we'll go see what happens there.
All right, so we're going to click on this event turn 10. This event must be activated in turn 10. Are you ready to already in this turn? Yes, I am. Your blows have no discernible effect, and now the beast pounds the ground, causing great cracks to open across the cobbled street. The beast's fleshy body twists and turns, and it suddenly leaps high into the air, perching nimbly in the nearby rooftop. Its blood-dripping tendrils shoot towards you, catching your ankles and yanking you to the floor. For a moment, you fear you will share the poor beggar's fate. Yet the creature freezes. Its breathing becomes heavier. Its eyeless head looks up, as if listening for something. The tendrils release you and recoil to the monster's hideous form. All you can do is watch as the creature roars, its limbs cracking and disjointing, shrieking to a finger's width. Then, almost formless, the creature slips into an impossibly small crack in the wall, leaving behind nothing but a bloody smear and an unbearable stench of burnt flesh. One by one you stand, not entirely sure of what the thing was or whence it came, let alone why it left so suddenly. Although grateful of having survived the encounter, you are left with even more questions. Remove the cape blick from the scenario. And that's it. And then we go on.
So we're going to remove the Kiplect. He was so close to dying, actually, too. We were actually almost doing something. We only had one person die. And she does come back alive after that. However, technically, so after when you die, you're supposed to draw a consequence card. If you're revived during the battle, you draw one consequence card. If you are not revived during the battle, you draw two consequence cards at the end of the battle. So it's kind of benefits you to get them back up after or during the battle, then wait until after. But I don't even have any of those cards. Like, they're not there, so I really don't know what they are. And this is the end of the scenario here. Basically, all we're going to do is I'm going to move this guy, go 1, 2, 3, and interact with that.
All right, so we come down here, interact with this guy, interact with the altar. Yes. The door leads to a windowless, musty, smelly room with little furniture. What little furniture lies inside is covered by a substantial coat of dust and appears to be riddled with woodworm. The only light comes from the open door, and it shines on an object on a table. A closed book. A binding feels strangely repellent to the touch. It is filthy and cold. It looks nothing like you've ever seen. Its pages are covered in scrawl, written by the incomprehensible language. Yet it somehow fills you with foreboding. The alchemist or the tattoo artist may know something more about it. You obtained the object Grimoire. I don't have that card, so I won't show you guys. Remove the marked altar. Your exertions start to take their toll, and fatigue wears at you. Maybe you've had enough excitement for one day. It would be wise to return to the brave Parsley to get some rest and focus your mind. At least you've learned one thing today. Bizarre things are happening in Hawthorne Point. And that's the game.
So that ended it, just with that. Get rid of that. So that's the whole tutorial. That's all they have out. Not bad. I think it's kind of fun. I really like this initiative thing, kind of playing with it. These are kind of fun. I hope we get more energy cubes pretty quickly off the bat. Using the 3, I feel like it was going to get old pretty quickly. Right, just because you only have 3, so you only can do pretty much one thing. And so, yeah, I'm not so sure about this. It is kind of fun. I kind of like this idea of like, hey, it's going to hurt you and increasing your initiative, right? So you don't go as often, but modifying your dice or getting extra exclamations to your roll, like, right, positive versus negatives. I feel like there might be too much initiative, adding initiative, and not enough subtracting initiative. I wish there was more than just adding +1 to your initiative. It would be kind of cool if there was more -1 initiative, so you didn't do as much maybe on one turn, but increase your initiative so you could attack again sooner. I don't know, something to that effect, you know. Interesting thing, we almost killed him. I'm pretty sure I did some different stuff wrong. I'm sure I did some stuff wrong throughout the whole thing, because doing 4 characters, that's a little much for me. Especially when they're all kind of new characters. It's kind of rough to remember who all does what. Like I think I did this. No, I didn't. I don't remember if I did. Did I accidentally use this? I think I might have accidentally used this that last turn when I wasn't supposed to, because I have to put a energy cube there. But I mean, it didn't really matter. Nothing happened. But right, so I'm sure there's a handful of things that I forgot to do. The rules, there's still a lot of questions within the rules because, I mean, it's not a finished rule book. I mean, you're going to have questions. It's not going to be perfect, which is understandable. But this is the biggest worry that I have, though. I mean, it ends tomorrow. Hopefully I'll get this up tonight. But it ends on the 31st, and this is all they have for the whole game, is this super short scenario. That kind of makes me worried if they're going to make on time for whenever they want to deliver. I feel they don't have more of the game ready for playtesting, for public playtesting. So that kind of worries me that, I don't know if, I feel like the balances might be a little off with some of these abilities and when you could use them. I don't know. Fun game, though. I don't think it was too bad. A little much for my sake for doing 4 healers. I don't think I would play this solo. Maybe with 2, I don't think controlling 2 would be as bad. But I think, I don't know, it's a fun game. I really like the initiative again. That's probably one of the best parts. I love this different dice thing. And I love the fact that the better dice are not always better, meaning there are some advantages to the yellow die rather than just not having as many hits, but they have exclamations. So if you need those, all right, that can be really beneficial, can really help. So it's kind of having that balance as well. And the enemies were good. Yeah, I think overall it was not a bad game. I like the difference. Each one definitely plays different. With all these, they each have the 3 tokens of their own, so they each have their own separate abilities. I think that's really fun. They definitely felt different for the most part of what they could do and how they activated and whatnot. So I like that. And yeah, there you go. I mean, it's not a full review. It's more of going more for a playthrough. So, but overall, fun game. I don't know if I'm going to back it just because I have a lot of these campaign games and there's just not enough here to really solidify spending $120 just on the base game. $140, however much it is. A little expensive to not be able to get enough knowledge of how much I like it. I feel like that's a general consensus from what I've watched from other people on YouTube and their reviews is like, it seemed great. Like there didn't seem to be anything wrong, but 145-minute playthrough, that's only going to tell you so much. But overall, it wasn't horrible. It was kind of fun. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. I don't know if this is even going to get out to too many people since it ends in a little over 24 hours from right now. But by the time I get this posted, it's actually going to be less than that. But let me know what you guys think. And let me know all the things I did wrong, because I'm sure I did a lot of things wrong trying to do 4 people with the new game. But it was fun. Let me know what you think. Thanks.